Alright, this is a tutorial video on some juggling skills here and how you can improve your touch. So what I'm doing is kicking the ball high up in the air like that and then bringing it down onto the ground, and then also there I try and keep the ball in the air. So those are your two different touches you're trying to do. There, obviously I'm trying to bring it down on the ground. Decent touch. Got away from me a skosh in terms of, and something to keep in mind with this is even when your pass up is not perfect, not straight up in the air, try and chase it down and make a good touch on it, because in game situations the ball's not always going to be coming perfectly down. There I use my left foot, decent touch. Yeah, you can use both feet for this. Obviously I usually train on my right foot, but honestly I should use my left more. That was a pretty good touch. Here I'm trying to keep the ball up in the air, so I use the inside of my foot, instep. Now here I use my thigh, and then on this one I attempt to use my laces. But you can see I don't control the ball how I like. Here I lose the ball a little bit. There you can see me pulled up my arms and I make a poor touch on it. And it's always difficult to make that adjustment when the ball's in the air. That was poor, and you can see I don't reach it, and I make another poor touch. I want to have some bad touches in there as well as the good. On this one, I'm trying to control the ball and keep it up in the air with my instep. I don't make the touch I want there, and I'll explain why. As the ball is dropping out of the air, I go to make my touch. My foot is not perfectly level with the ball. What I mean by that is I need to get my foot angled more towards my body. So when it hits off my foot, it goes away from me. If I had it more angled, like a flat plane, it would have cushioned it perfectly. Now if I have it too far back, it will go behind me. But usually that's not that big of an issue. Here I am getting it right before. So my foot is pretty much perfectly perpendicular to the ground. Got it in slow motion. So what I mean is, when the ball's up in the air, on my approach, I take a little hop, and when I bring my foot up, I'm trying to get it perfectly level. There. I freeze the frame so you can see how level my foot is right there. And that will just cushion the ball like you like, and then the ball goes up and I control it on my neck or whatever. But so that's how to make a great touch with the instep. Is you want a perfect little flat plane to catch the ball, essentially. Here I'm using my laces to keep the ball in the air. I again take a little jump before I control it. Here that is in slow motion. This is the most challenging skill for me. So when you're controlling the ball on the ground, you want the ball to come to you. Here I take a little jump right there to meet the ball. It goes backwards a little bit, but that's fine. The next skill I'm trying is to stomp the ball as it's hitting the ground here. So here I adjust and do an Okacha Neymar bounce because I realize I can't do it. Here I stomp on it a little better and control it pretty well. There you go. The next part of the tutorial is juggling while moving, juggling while running. Ideally is what you want to get to. I start off here just kind of walking while juggling the ball. Full disclosure, I'm usually not that great juggling at full speed. I can juggle walking pretty easily for the most part. But yeah, it's a very challenging skill to jog or run and keep the ball juggling. It can be useful in games sometimes, but it will help your touch and how to control the ball in all facets, in all situations. That's what I was trying to say. So here I'm moving the ball with my head a little bit. I lose the ball in my head, but I keep the flow going pretty well here. And I'm moving at a decent clip, and I keep the ball. Now, where I cheat was it was all on the right foot. Now that touch at the end of the side of the foot, I lose it. There I lost the ball. Let's see. It's from behind here, but I get a decent run using both feet. Yeah, I haven't lost the ball there, I remember. And I keep it going there using the instep and keep it going. There I lose the ball. I thought this little pass just looks cool on camera, but nothing special, obviously. There, and I start to get, I'm out of shape, so I get gassed here, and you'll see my touch suffers greatly. So this is something to think about. So when you stay in shape, your touch will be a lot better. That's another little decent run. There, the ball gets away from me. Not an easy skill.